So anyways, we have a special guest. This is a little off the board from what I normally do. I don't know how we introduce Jimmy Schimmel from HoBo Donuts. Jimmy, listen, Darren, do you want to handle this?
Look, I mean, sure. I guess I was talking about it on the show the other day. Now, you don't have a store, right? Yet?
No, not yet.
Now, I was talking about this to myself. I say don't ever have a store.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah,
because you're like the food truck of donuts?
He's not even the food truck of donuts.
We're the pop-up of donuts.
Okay.
So we're a pop-up business. So we've never really reached out to businesses. From like day one, they've all just reached out to me and was like, hey, we love your branding. We love what you're doing. Do you want to come to our store and sell your donuts?
Right.
And I'm just like,
so
sure.
This all came up. We got interrupted on this. So we were talking last week about Joey Chestnut, the 71 hot dogs that he pounded to win the Nathan's hot dog contest in the States on July 4th. And I love hot dogs, but I couldn't do 71 of them. But donuts, I'm a huge fan of. Almost too much. But I preach moderation. Limit to 1 or 2 donuts a day. And then this came up, the prospect of a donut eating contest. And yours and my mutual friend, this is the point that I'm getting to, Jared Lacoste, put you on to what we were talking about. So pick it up from there if you don't mind.
Yeah, so he just reached out to me and was like, hey, you're getting these shout outs on the Rod Pedersen show. And I'm like, sweet. I didn't have to pay them to shout me out.
Not at all.
And so I reached out. I'm just like, hey, heard you guys talking about a donut eating contest. Let's
make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So I brought some donuts here. I don't think we're going to do the contest today, but hopefully soon. I'd like to see you guys eat a dozen donuts in like 3 minutes.
Right. I need to psych myself up. That's the only reason why I'm doing it today. Because Joey Chestnut does do that. He mentally prepares himself. He physically prepares himself. I would have to do the same thing with donuts.
I think it'd be more, with the pot of coffee that we constantly refill during the show. How many could we eat from the start of the show to the end of the show? Just maybe casually without even thinking about it, right? Like
so I'm in my mid 30s now. When I on my 30th birthday, I was in the States. I was in Oklahoma doing some training and stuff like that. And there was a Krispy Kreme donuts right across the street.
So good.
From me. So good.
Oh yeah. So is this how it started? Is this your story?
Well, my story goes back like 12 years.
Right.
Love donuts. But I actually challenged myself to eat 30 on my 30. So I challenged in one day, in one 24-hour period. So, luck would have it, there was a Krispy Kreme shop right across the street from our hotel. I bought 2 boxes of donuts, and I was just pounding them back. And then I think I made it to 24 before I had to tap out. And I'm just like, man, that's in a day.
And HoBo Donuts wasn't even a thing yet?
Wasn't even a thing yet. It wasn't even a blip on the radar.
Krispy Kreme, by the way, they're rolling them right off the assembly line right in front of you. They're almost the mother load.
Yeah.
Right. My personal favorite in America is Dunkin' Donuts. That's where I always go. But
we should play that game. I've never had a Dunkin' Donut.
You haven't lived.
I haven't, apparently.
Well, as a matter of fact, strawberry frosted is my favorite. That is my go-to, and that's what you brought in with HoBo Donuts this morning.
We brought the Homer. It's actually a Mexican vanilla donut.
It looks great to me.
So this is a fan favorite fan fave. We actually in March did our own version of March Madness, where we took all the flavors that we'd done. Well, not all the flavors, but I think 36 flavors.
Oh, they can see them. Just fine, yeah. We took like 36 flavors, however many it was, and we pinned them all against each other. So every day it was like a head-to-head. A bracket.
Yeah.
And our social Instagram account got to vote, and we had crazy engagement. There was like, I think, 4,000 people voting for their favorite, and this is the donut that won.
Well, it's funny because over the years and all my years of sports talk, we've done a lot of shows from sports bars, restaurants, stadiums, obviously. But there was one restaurant in Regina where I had 2 or 3 former pro football players on the panel with me doing what we're doing right now.
Right.
And right in the middle of the show, one of the Greek restaurateurs, and I married a Greek. This is not an anti-Greek rant. Right in the middle. Welcome to my restaurant, guys. Here you go. And he drops a platter of wings, ribs, onion rings, like the whole thing. And what do football players do? Dive right in.
Done.
Right in the middle of the show. So when this concept of a donut eating contest came up from HoBo Donuts, I'm like, I'm having flashbacks. I'm like, yes, I want to do it, but no, it'll be the ruination of this show because guys will be eating donuts in the middle of it. So I'm thinking we're going to find a way of doing this probably outside hours and then cutting it into a highlight package to air on the show.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
That sounds great.
But we're going to need a venue, probably some sponsors. Cliffy, are you watching today in PA?
We got to get
the donut eating contest, and maybe we should invite some celebrities in.
Let's do it.
Guys that could really... Have you done contests?
No.
So you've done 20 for yourself at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
This would be the first.
This would be the first. A HoBo first.
You got to have some people that show up every day or every week. Oh, regulars in your lineup.
We have our
right?
regulars. Yeah.
Do you?
We do. Deb, she gets on the pre-orders. We do pre-orders on Mondays. Debbie always gets in. So I'll be seeing her on Thursday.
Okay, well, we got our first contestant already, Amanda Ruler, writing in.
Perfect.
Amanda is a good friend of ours, actually. She's
the best.
one of our brand ambassadors.
She's outstanding.
She's great. We love it. We love it.
And I also think we should put her in because she's only about 5'4".
Yep.
How many donuts could she possibly eat?
We'll find out. It's cool because, the way you've built this thing with social media and stuff, you've kind of done it the right way, right? Like how did you kind of get this thing started?
Apparently. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything's chance. I think everything happens for a reason. And I started like every other startup. I had a personal Facebook account, and I just invited all of my friends to get connected. There's that little button that says connect your Facebook. And that's what I did. And then word of mouth just kept going, and businesses started inviting us to pop-ups. And back then, pop-up, it wasn't a thing, right? And so nobody knew what it was. I didn't know what it was. And so the business had to explain to me what a pop-up shop was. And so I was like, sure, I'll give it a try. And I made 3 trays of donuts, and took me like 6 hours to sell, 60 donuts? And now, I mean, that was 2.5 years ago. And today, yesterday we sold 100 donuts in 20 minutes.
Whoa. Yeah. But here's the thing, real quickly. Yeah. The second you walked in here, when the guy said Jimmy Schimmel, I'm like, I can't place him. And then the second I saw you, we've met, we've been around each other. You're a cool guy, clearly. You got everything. This all works. So there's the branding and the marketing, but you can't sell a bad product. Obviously, it's an outstanding donut.
Yeah.
So what's your secret on that?
Well, I can't tell you my secrets.
Okay.
I can't.
I
can't tell you my secrets.
The Colonel over here.
But the thing about it
how would you describe why it's so popular then? Maybe not what you're putting in it. I'm not asking for your 11 herbs and spices.
Everything I do is handmade, fresh that day. The boxes that I brought you guys today are still hot. So they're not brought in. They're not frozen. I use all like natural ingredients. So these are the freshest donuts in the city right now.
The ones on this table?
The ones on this table, yeah.
Wow.
I can see you drooling.
So I really do love donuts.
But here's the thing for me. You've done everything really, really well in the sense that you could have fired up a big shop and tried to sell 1,000 donuts and done it that way and went really big and not been able to sustain a real high quality in every area of your business. But you keep it simple, right? Mm-hmm. You put really great donuts together. You've created, you got 1 or 2 nice pop-up banners that are perfect, but one table with a cloth, and that's it. Yeah. But every little thing is done really well, and you create demand, right? Yeah. You can't just walk into a HoBo donut store anytime I want and get a donut like you can at Tim Hortons. You have to be at the pop-up. I went once. I had seen the social media, and you put it on Instagram, and you put the schedule. I'm going to be here Monday at this time, and here Tuesday at this time. And you're like, okay. So I get ready. I go down with my sister, and I walk in the door you're supposed to be there at 2 o'clock, and it's like 20 to 2. I open the door, and the place is jammed, and I'm like, I'm not getting a donut today. So I literally opened the door, shut the door, turned around, and went home.
I think I remember seeing you open the door, and no.
I remember you telling me about that.
I was like, no. So I made plans the next day. We went an hour and a half before you're supposed to be there. We're sitting having coffee. Nobody's there. But like an hour before you're supposed to be there, people start lining up. I don't even know where you're setting up. You're not even in there yet. And so I'm like, I guess we got to get in line. And these aren't like what you would think are your traditional donut eating crowd. like rockets in the line, and like young
what's that
people,
supposed to mean?
Young people, old people, thin people, big everybody,
cops
there.
everybody. It's not cops.
It's great.
It's not
That's great.
It's amazing, and everyone's like just waiting in line, and I'm like, I don't know what's supposed to happen next. It's like you're waiting at a rock concert, and then you roll up in your car, and everyone's like gets excited.
Clark is telling me a couple of things. One, the Facebook feed has just blown up on the donut topic. Amanda Ruler clarifying she's 5'0". Even better, you're just right for the party. How many donuts could you possibly eat, Amanda? So she's in. John Bolke saying, eat one, Rod. Hey, by the way, I don't bend to peer pressure, John. That's how I got in the role that I'm in. That don't work anymore. I might eat one after the break when Simon Fudge joins us, our soccer aficionado. And 3, Clark is saying, how about a tailgate party donut contest at our Canadian Armed Forces Regina Rifles tailgate party?
Could we make that a pop-up?
Why not?
Maybe.
That would be amazing.
Let's see. I feel
shoot me the date.
This is like a Seinfeld episode. We've discovered plutonium by accident this morning.
Every Rider home game. We're down at the Armory.
We're down every Rider home
pick
game.
One.
Pick one. Labor Day?
Oh,
whatever. Who knows?
That'd be huge.
Labor Day would be unbelievable.
Would be big. Well, Jimmy, thank you. I feel like this is the start of a beautiful relationship.
I think so.
Thanks for bringing in the donuts and all that you do and being a Regina success story.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Isn't that what you do?
Yes, that's what we do.
Like and subscribe. Follow everybody, because that's what you do. Also, I wanna say, Greg Moore, I am a Dodgers fan.
Oh, you saw that on the feed?
I did. I saw that on the feed.
It's not just for show,
it's
for
not
fashion.
for show. No, okay. I'm actually, me and my wife are going to New York over my birthday just to celebrate some of the successes. She just graduated.
Business is booming.
Business is booming. We're going to a Mets and a Dodgers game. So on my actual birthday. So Greg Moore, there you go.
You know how to celebrate. Do it upright. All right, appreciate it. HoBo Donuts. It's a thing you're going to be hearing a lot more.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.